Good morning everybody, and this is your FOREX Today trade setups for today. So a couple of things on play at the moment. The first thing is that it does look like we have broken this channel to the downside. And remember, the trend is still up. It's been a messy trend since this low here. We continue series of higher highs and higher lows. And technically speaking, we are still sort of forming a double bottom here, so technically that is still a higher low. The question is the channel going to be respected, or is this just a pullback onto structure? And if you look to the left here, you can see first level of structure is 117.507, and then where we are now is definitely another level, and there is one a little further back as well, sort of down this area here. So 117.088 and 117.311. So yeah, there's many ways to skin a cat, I suppose. There's a micro trend here which broke, and then we're back below it again, and then obviously we have sort of that trend line as well. Okay, so lots of trends. I'm not entirely convinced either way. Yesterday it was looking pretty interesting, but then we had this sell-off sort of going early in the US session, sold off, and now we've gone sideways. So anybody's guess at the moment. I think for me personally right now, let's get rid of the noise. I think I'll stay out of this at the moment. If we were still in this channel, I would be buying on the bottom of the channel ready to move up, but where it is at the moment, I think we're in a situation where it could go either way. Okay, so there's no real support. I'm lying. There is support at this area we're at, but the big question is, are we going to get a second push down off this level here? So this is a failed wedge as well. So remember yesterday we had a solid push up, then we were forming a wedge, which is looking like a good area to get in, was right here. And the reason why we've got the bar so long and strong past that is because quite a few people were expecting the same thing, and that would have triggered stop losses. Anyway, that's sit on the sidelines for me. US dollar, Japanese yen, we're sort of hovering at the bottom of the channel, so definitely an area for me to look to buy. The only concern I've got is I would expect the euro to be rising with USD, Japanese yen to be falling. So that's the only concern I've got. So you can see yesterday's opportunity here, there was an opportunity to buy, but we're right back where we were yesterday. So I think the logical thing to do here is wait for a break of the swing high, that's 105.626, wait for us to find support up there, and then look for the longs. If it does break the downside, I'm not entirely convinced that that is the direction it wants to move in. Although we are extremely messy above and below the moving average at the moment. So that's another one which I think we'll just sit and wait for some structure and some direction. British pound, US dollar. So we are still pretty much range bound. There's our range. Channel bound, it's not range. That is our channel. This inverse head and shoulders, which we're looking at yesterday, we're expecting the buyers to come in off here, or alternatively come in down here, and at the moment we are below all of that. So again, another one which I think I will just wait and see what transpires on this. I don't trust what's happening at the moment. Okay, so yeah, it's amazing what a difference a day does. Okay, New Zealand dollar, Japanese yen. I think this flag is still in play. It's just very messy at the moment. So let's just look at this on the hour. So we have this flag break. We've come back. There's been a half decent entry in this area here. Okay, looking to the left, you can see it is picking up on some of these tails. But that's kind of the situation at the moment. So I think this is still in play, but this is really messy. Is sideways. So if you are in on this in this area, I would basically just put my stop to entry at the moment. I wouldn't jump in on it right now, but it does look like we may actually sort of break up to the upside and get what we're looking for here. One worth to watch, actually. So if you do get a break and a retest of, for example, one of these, this one or that tail, and then you've got a decent entry with a fairly tight stop. Okay. British pound, Japanese yen. Nothing much to say about this except we are in a channel again, and again we are below the moving average. So is it trending up? Is it trending down? Right now it is looking up, but this sell-off that we had yesterday you had some structure forming and then immediately a sell-off, and then we're sort of hovering at sort of on the bottom of the channel at the moment. The position to the moving average at the moment is, for me, a bit of a challenge. So we've got some clear structure, that's bullish structure, but this break changes that picture a little bit. So this level, well, actually it's not that level. It's going to be this area here is going to be key. So 136,644, 136,471. If we do break that, back the upside and find support, then I would expect us to go back to the top of the channel. If we break, but we need to move past this quite far and then come back and test it. I'm not really worried about where we are now. Okay, so yeah, technically for me this is looking like a buying opportunity, but it is a risky buy. Let's just get back to the hour, and the hour just enforces that. It's a pretty strong move to the downside, and then we're ranging. We spike down and come back. So we're going to have to get it back above 136,471, back above, test it, and then make another higher low. Then possibly there's an opportunity to get to the top of the channel with your stop below the swing low. Aussie dollar, US dollar, this trend line is still intact. Problem that we have at the moment is we are triangle based now. So if you come to the hour, you'll see that is pretty much the triangle we're in. So I would more than likely expect us to move back the trend line and then back down and back up, and so continue like that. Possibly a buying opportunity here, but I think for me it's more a case of wait. We're not getting much joy out of this. So if you look at us above and below the moving average, we had a double top here. Let me just put that in. So we had this double top here, and at the moment we've broken it both ways, and sort of the downward break had failed, and a failed double top target hasn't been met, and we've come back into the structure. So that's sit on hands for me. I don't think there's much there. British pound, Aussie dollar is pretty much exactly the same as yesterday. We are ranging right over here. I don't see any opportunities there, nothing that I like trading anyway. And this move to the downside, which is still moving to the downside, is probably the micro trend. You know, a lot of these forex pairs at the moment that we've looked at, you'll more than likely find structure on the 15 minutes that you can trade. I just don't like trading forex on the 15 minute, but because we're range bound, that's kind of the opportunities that you've got. And you can see here, up above the moving average, holding it, exhaustion bar up, get out of it, change in direction, moving down. So I think there will be more than enough opportunities on the 15 minute, but it's not something that I like trading anyway. So for me, everything that we've looked at this morning, just keep an eye open on it, and I'm keeping my money in my pocket. Don't trust what's going on. There's just so much noise around the dollar at the moment, and I think that's what's moving the markets like it is. Okay, anyway guys, I hope it helps you, and we'll catch up with you later. Cheers for now.